Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Stock in the Box. So today we'll talk about Devyani International, which is the largest franchisee of Yum brands in India. So in this video we'll try to understand more about the company. We'll take a look at company's strengths, weaknesses and the financial performances in the last few years. So let's get started. Devyani International are the largest operators of quick service restaurants in India. The company primarily operates three international brands, which are KFC, Pizza Hut, and Costa Coffee. For KFC, they have around 284 retail outlets spread across India, but majorly their presence is in southern India and eastern part of India. For Pizza Hut, they have got around 317 retail outlets, and for Costa Coffee, they have got around 44. And these three brands they contribute to more than 94% of its revenue in FY21. And apart from this, the company also owns and operates brands such as Vango and Food Street. All combined, the company operates 696 stores across 166 cities in India as of June 30, 2021. So let's take a look at the strengths of Devyani International. The first point is the X factor of Yum. The company collaborates with its international franchisor Yum Brands for product innovation and development, brand strategy, and technology initiatives. If I talk about the technology adoption of the company, they have always ensured that they use the best technology to improve customer experience. At the same time, they use technology to improve the lives of their in-store executives and their back office officials. And coming on to the next point, which is the growth in the QSR sector, which is the quick service restaurant sector. The company operates in an industry that has witnessed growth and it's expect to grow in the future as well. So as per the global data report, the QSR segment will continue to lead the food service sector, and the sales value of the QSR channel is expected to grow at a CAGR of 12.4% from 2020 to 2025. This is a high growth sector, and the company is definitely going in the right direction. And if you decide to invest in this company, this is definitely going to give you some good returns if you consider the fact that the fast paced life that the Indians have started to live. So this is one positive for the company. Another is the presence in the metros. The company follows a cluster-based approach and has a strong presence in the key metro regions in Delhi, NCR, Bengaluru, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Hyderabad, with close to 50% of its stores only in these five regions. So that is one more advantage for the company. And the another factor which you can consider is one of the strengths of the company is the strategic locations. The company operates stores in strategic locations such as airports, high street locations, food courts, business hubs, and the transit areas. It also looks to open new stores for KFC and Pizza Hut in close proximity. It allows the company to plan the logistics in an efficient manner, and it also reduces the capital costs for the company. So let's take a look at some of the risks that are there for the company. The first and the most important one is the COVID effect. So we are all aware of the fact how much COVID has affected the restaurant business in India, not only in India, all over the world. And Devyani International also got badly affected by this. The revenues declined from 542 crores in FY20 to 284 crores in FY21, but there has been a significant increase in the online sales, and the company is investing heavily on the online channel at the moment. And one more risk that is there for the company is the going concern. Majority of the stores are operated on leased properties and are exposed to market conditions on the rental market. The company's auditors had raised material uncertainty related to going concern on the audited financial statements for FY19. And another risk that is there for the company is the high attrition. The company has a very high level of attrition, which stood at 40.1% at the corporate office and 73.6% in stores as of FY21. So let's take a look at the financial performance of the company. If we talk about EBITDA in FY19, it was around 278 crores. It got reduced to 255 crores in FY20, and in the year FY21, the EBITDA was 226 crores. And if we talk about revenue, it was around 1300 crores in the year FY19, and in FY20, it got increased to 1516. And in FY21, the revenue declined, and the revenue that was recorded was 1134 crores, and obviously COVID had to play a big role in this. And if you talk about the loss of the company, in FY19 the company was making a loss of 94 crores. It got increased to 120 crores in the year FY20, but in the year FY21 the loss got narrowed down. And if we talk about the listing of the company, so the public listing will give a good boost to the company. DIL is planning to utilize 324 crores for the repayment of the debt, which in turn will help the company to improve the net profit margin. And if you'll ask me about my opinion, I would say that the company to me looks very interesting, and has got the potential to grow in future. And the company has also identified alternative sales channels. Going forward, we can see a major chunk of revenue coming from the online sales. Company won't be dependent only on the dining in business. So looks a pretty strong stock to me, and one can consider investing in this.